সব লেটেস্ট আপডেট পেতে সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন আমাদের চ্যানেলে আর বেল আইকনে ক্লিক করতে ভুলবেন না।
It has been very painful for me that while I was constantly in touch with the state government through the Chief Minister, was impressing upon her consistently that the program will be held by totally and strictly following the COVID protocol and keeping the number to bare minimum. It would have been befitting for the occasion. It would have been good tribute to our freedom fighters' sacrifice if the Honorable Chief Minister and members of the executive invited were present. It has set a very bad precedent. I am at loss of words. This has never happened anywhere in the country. I do not appreciate such a stance. When everything was being conducted in close dialogue, we should have interacted and kept the occasion, sanctity of the occasion, dignity of the occasion, importance of the occasion, constitutional ethics of the occasion at top. This has not happened. I wish such a day never comes again. For last 1 year, it happened with the assembly, gate being locked. I hope it never occurs again. I go to university, chamber of the Vice Chancellor is locked. I hope it never occurs again. On the Constitution Day, I am made to be in queue at number 6. I hope it never happens again. My address to the assembly, blacked out from media. I hope it never happens again. These are not the signs of democracy. These are not the signs of freedom. These are the indicators of police state. These are indications that our democracy is being compromised. I hope such a day never comes again. I have been hinting for a long time. Why should we fight with each other? Why should there be confrontation with the center? Why should not be there some kind of togetherness in working? That should happen. I pray to Almighty that good sense prevails, Constitution is respected, soul searching takes place, and we keep our conduct as per the best traditions of rule of law. 15th August was another painful day for me. Political violence and killing was noticed. It was on account of unfurling of the national flag. This has lowered my head. This has put me to shame. On 15th August, that represents our freedom, that reminds us of the sacrifice of our founding fathers of the Constitution and freedom fighters. We had several events where people could not participate in unfurling of national flag. And at two places, particularly in Hooghly and 24 Pargana South, the events took ugly turn and there was a killing. This has pained me. Just a few days ago, in the district of Cooch Behar, in the early hours, a senior leader house, a senior Rajvanshi leader house, got a police knock in the morning at 4 a.m. Wife and son were made to suffer indignities. I flagged the issue to the DGP. We cannot afford to have such kind of a scenario. We will have to learn to believe in rule of law. I therefore called upon the people on Independence Day. Let us do everything we can do under the sun to see that we believe in rule of law and of the Constitution. The dangerous head of Maoism is now getting visible with the support of state actors. A state of West Bengal needs peace, needs tranquility, needs law and order, needs rule of law. Already we are in a state of lawlessness. Already situation is alarmingly worrisome. Everything should be done that such kind of events do not take place. In my own way, I have been making an issue, and that is the people have right to know. And as governor of the state, as first servant, I have a constitutional right to know. It is duty of the Chief Minister under Article 167 to make information available to me. Bengal Global Business Summit. Your governor has asked questions, very simple questions. They should be available on shelf. But answer is not coming. Of Bengal Global Business Summit, I have asked the government, the illustrious finance minister, in writing, tell me how much investment was promised, how much was delivered, how many jobs were promised, how many jobs were created. They have come out with no answer. Very painful scenario. For none of the editions they have come out with any answer. Friends of the media, if you go to my address to the Assembly on 7th February 2020, there also the figures are not there. I therefore was within my rights to seek this information. This has not happened. I hope they listen to Constitution, they listen to rule of law and share the information with me without further delay. Governments can't be run by statements and advertisements. You can't paint a rosy picture. You can't act like dream merchants. You have to show your results on ground. And that result is not being shown. That's a matter of serious cause for me. I would appeal to the media please get version of the Raj Bhavan if you want to publish something. Recently there was a front page story about the at home. It has pained me. an impression has been given as if Raj Bhavan is not careful. Why should this happen? A mail can be sent to the governor. We will give our version. Don't imagine things. It is responsibility of media, and I would say fundamental responsibility, to get the version of the other side. But I can imagine the situation. If there is a front page story and version of the constitutional head is not taken, and the story has no substance, it is prerogative of media to put the governor on the last page or 7th column or a small column. I have no issue with that. Take your call. But if you are putting a story that reflects on Raj Bhavan, please get a version of it. It is with heavy heart I am telling all of you, your Raj Bhavan is under surveillance. That should never happen. How can Raj Bhavan, how can Office of Constitutional Head be under surveillance? A list prepared at Raj Bhavan can leave Raj Bhavan only with my sanction. It can leave Raj Bhavan with my authorization. I depute someone release it. The government is within its rights to seek any information from me. I would be happy to share any information with the government. But if documents of Raj Bhavan are procured by the executive, contrary to law, and that becomes basis of a story, is a matter of concern for me. I have initiated a very serious critical probe into it. Sanctity of Raj Bhavan functioning has to be kept intact. As constitutional head, I will never suffer any surveillance of any nature whatsoever. Those who have done it must pay price according to rule of law. My internal inquiry will be completed soon enough. If I give a document to someone for a particular use, it can't be put to some other use. On 14th August at 5:20 p.m., electronically the document was shared. 14th August 2020 at 5:20 p.m., electronically by use of an app, a document was shared. And that document came back to me from the highest in the government. I therefore don't doubt it. My caution to the administration and police has not been impactful. I have repeatedly reminded them, you are public servants. You are not political servants. You are required to act according to law. You have to confine yourself to your conduct. There has to be political neutrality. In spite of this caution, I find they are continuing as political foot soldiers. It is my commitment to the people of state of West Bengal. I will do everything possible to ensure that democracy in the state flourishes. And democracy can flourish only if there is rule of law. Public servants do not get into political mode, mission mode, and political spirit. I hope they listen to me. Otherwise, law will take its own course. I have no doubt I am not above law. No one is above law. Everyone has to be held accountable to it, and so would they. They are acting in a manner which is seriously compromising the activities of political opponents. MPs and MLAs are slapped with cases and threatened with their lives in a manner that will shake anyone. I hope there is a stop to this. COVID is a big challenge to all of us. COVID is a challenge to the country. We need to improve our testing from around 34,000 at the moment to 50,000 so that we come to national average. Media has been reporting every day the scenario which is available. I hope things look up further. Merely making a statement would only be lip service. Ground reality has to be seen, and that I am sure will be seen. I have raised a critical issue about farmers. So far, in the entire country, farmers in all states except the state of West Bengal have got 92,000 crores. Farmers have benefited in all the states of the country other than state of West Bengal by more than 92,000 crores. State of West Bengal has got nothing. My heart is bound to bleed. So should be yours. That's 100% central assistance. PM Kisan Samman Nidhi. This goes directly to the bank account. There is no middleman, no commission, no cut money. Why should our farmers not get? And they would have got by now 8,400 crores. Farmers in the state of West Bengal have been deprived of this huge amount of 8,400 crores. किसान के पेट पर इस प्रकार की लात, अन्नदाता का इस प्रकार अपमान हम सबको सोचने के लिए मजबूर करता है कि आखिर ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है. There is no answer to it. एक जवाब आया सरकार की तरफ से कि हमारी तरफ से किसानों के लिए बहुत कर रहे हैं, हमें आवश्यकता नहीं है. मुझे वो जवाब पढ़कर दुख हुआ, हास्यास्पद है. कितना अज्ञानी बयान है, धरातल से कितना दूर है, कितना नासमझ का बयान है. राज्यपाल की हैसियत से मैंने 7 फरवरी को विधानसभा में पढ़ा, किसानों की मदद जिसका ढिंढोरा पीटा जा रहा है, मंत्री महोदय ने बयान दिया है, वो 700 करोड़ से कम की है. मेरे विधानसभा के एड्रेस में है, ट्वीट कर मैंने रेलेवेंट पार्ट ट्वीट किया है. फिर भी कहते हैं कि इनको पता नहीं है। वी कैनॉट अफोर्ड इट। राज्य सरकार किसान की मदद करे, कौन रोकता है? करनी चाहिए, पर केंद्र सरकार की मदद व्यापक स्तर पर आती है, व्हाई डिप्राइव देम?